produced an ancient form with aquatic wings for soaring that gouged the sand away from tide above the ocean's pouring. Imagine yourself standing on a warm, moonlit beach in July, and as you watch and listen to the surf's gentle landing on the shore, your eye suddenly catches movement of a form emerging from the water. You hold your breath. In motionless anticipation, you watch as the silhouette begins to ascend the beach. It is then that you realize that you're witnessing the ancient ritual of a sea turtle returning to the beach where she herself was born.
Every year, during the spring, when water temperature nears 80 degrees Fahrenheit, adult sea turtles migrate from hundreds, even thousands of miles away to gather in nearshore waters and begin the cycle of life once again. Mating occurs in the month or two before the first nest is deposited. When the female signals her preparation for mating, the male hooks his front claws to the top of her shell and wraps his tail underneath her. This one mating may fertilize several clutches of eggs that will be laid in multiple nests that season. Only the female comes ashore. The males never leave the ocean waters. Sea turtles generally prefer elevated beaches with access to the open sea. Such a beach gives them easy access to nesting sites that are high enough to be protected from the tides. Most sea turtles return to the same beach each time they nest, often within just a few hundred yards of the previous site. In fact, mitochondrial DNA research has determined that many sea turtles nest on the beaches where they themselves were hatched. Most species, with the exception of the Kemp's ridley, nest during the night, a time when predators are less likely to interfere. Tagging programs have indicated that the female will wait in the surf near the nesting beach until dark. With labored movements of her flippers, she drags herself on shore, looking for a site with sand loose enough to let oxygen through, but moist enough to prevent the nest from collapsing. If these conditions are not met, or if the female is disturbed on her way up the beach, she will abandon the attempt. This is called a false crawl or non-nesting emergence. Most of the time, she will try to nest again later that night. If and when she is satisfied with the beach conditions, she begins the approximately 90-minute-long process of nesting. The first step is to sweep the area with all 4 flippers to remove the loose, dry surface sand and reach the firmer sand that will hold the shape of the nest. The depression created from these efforts is called the body pit. The female then excavates the deeper egg cavity by using her cupped rear flippers to scoop out portions of sand. The length of the rear flippers and the depth of the body pit determine the depth of the nest. Loggerhead nests generally reach a depth of 18 inches. Once completed, the egg cavity resembles an inverted light bulb and is often slightly tilted. Having excavated the nest chamber, the female begins laying her eggs. The soft, pliable eggs leave her body 2 or 3 at a time, landing softly in the nest chamber. A thick, outer coating of clear mucus surrounds them. An average clutch contains from 100 to 120 eggs, which incubate for about 60 days. Once her clutch has been deposited, she begins the most time-consuming of the nesting tasks, covering and concealing her eggs. Using her rear flippers, she scrapes sand into the nest chamber, covering the eggs, then compacts the sand with her body. With sweeping motions of all 4 flippers, she conceals or camouflages the body pit. Her task complete, she makes her way back to the sea, but her efforts are far from over, for she may repeat this process several times. Loggerheads wait 12 to 15 days before nesting again, laying from 4 to 7 nests in a single season. They may lay over 900 eggs in total. Loggerheads usually nest on an every other year cycle. The mother turtle never returns to her hatchlings. They are on their own. Worldwide, the shrimping industry accounts for the incidental deaths of thousands of sea turtles. As many as 55,000 turtles were killed each year in the waters of the southeastern U.S. alone.
Sea turtles are among the most ancient groups of living vertebrates, dating back more than 200 million years. With remarkable staying power, they have outlasted even the most formidable and ferocious dinosaurs. They truly can be called an evolutionary success. Now, however, their existence is in peril. For centuries, mankind has been anything but kind to these remarkable animals. You have learned that habitat destruction, pollution, overconsumption, and incidental capture and fishing gear are just some of the factors which have contributed to the drastic decline of all sea turtles. Will they survive? Ultimately, what affects sea turtles will affect us also. We must remember that we share the beaches and oceans with many other species, and in protecting them, we're protecting our own existence too. Be a voice for the turtle by becoming informed about issues that affect sea turtles and their habitat. Turtle Time Incorporated, formed in 1989, is a not-for-profit organization in Lee County, Florida, dedicated to the recovery and protection of marine turtles and their habitat. Volunteers monitor the beaches daily to protect nesting turtles, nests and hatchlings, and to teach the public to be turtle-friendly. Only through education can we hope to change attitudes and destructive practices that have brought sea turtles to the brink of extinction. There still is time, and we have much to learn from these enduring ancient mariners.